I mean, at one point in our previous approved iteration, you shared Pipcorn.
What?
Wasn't that what it was called?
What?
Love nuts? Love corn? Welcome to Approved with Megan and Wendy, the podcast where we share one product every week that we're currently using and loving. Hosted by me, Megan Samarin.
And me, Wendy Nielsen.
Now, you can find us outside of the podcast on Instagram, where we are at Megan and Wendy. You can also get a bonus, longer, unfiltered podcast episode from us every Monday over on Patreon. We're patreon.com/Megan and Wendy.
We're always looking to hear what you guys are using and loving. So shoot us your emails at meganandwendy@gmail.com. Maybe we'll talk about them here on the show.
Love it. And finally, for a weekly wrap-up of every episode plus bonus recommendations, please subscribe to our approved newsletter at meganandwendy.com/approvedpod. Hey, Wendy.
What's up?
What do you have this week?
Do I always have to go first?
No.
Okay, but I'm going to. You know, I don't always want to sound like, I know this is our second episode and I'm sharing another beauty product. I'm not always going to share beauty products.
Cool.
You know me, I like to clean my house, so I like to share cleaning stuff and food and whatever, but I have a beauty product.
I mean, at one point in our previous approved iteration, you shared Pipcorn.
What?
Wasn't that what it was called?
What?
Love nuts? Love corn? Hold on. Love corn!
What did you call it originally?
Pipcorn, but I think that's a thing. Hold on.
Pipcorn.
Pipcorn is a thing. In my defense, Wendy shared a product called Love Corn.
It's delicious too.
Which is like...
It's like corn nuts.
Barely popped popcorn.
It's like corn nuts.
Yes.
No. Love corn is like corn nuts. I know what you're talking about. Remember the days back on YouTube when we would get those FabFitFun boxes and they would have the popcorn, but you were eating like the kernels?
Yeah, that's not what Love Corn is?
No. Love corn's like corn nuts.
Okay. All I'm saying is it's not all beauty. That was a long road to get there, though.
All right. Are you ready for it?
I am.
It is the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. Now, do you remember the original?
I do. In a pan.
Comes in a pan.
Solid.
It's a solid. They have like a couple variations of it.
Like a luminous and a matte.
Exactly.
And the original. Yep.
So this summer, I think it was launched this summer, they now have a liquid version that comes in a tube. It costs $10. And, you know, I think people here know how to use primer. You wear it under your makeup. It makes your makeup stick. That's not the technical way to describe it, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I just love it. It's my go-to right now.
Better than the solid.
Yes, because the solid, you got to stick your fingers in. Now, I usually would use the luminous version of the solid.
And that does not come in a tube yet.
No, it's only the original like pink color.
Okay.
And I just really, really, really like it. For $10, it's a solid choice.
Hey, I also use and love an e.l.f. primer. And if you want to know what it is, you'll have to be subscribed to our newsletter, meganandwendy.com/approvedpod.
You know, I would like to share here that you and I both love drugstore beauty.
Indeed.
I
Me
do.
more than you, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I like a couple of higher priced items.
Yes.
They just make me feel better, guys. But this is a great price. And I would like to add that I bought a bunch of like higher end primers this summer. I don't know. I just got on this primer kick. The e.l.f. one is like the one I reach for all the time.
Excellent. Hey, you and I both went to the Taylor Swift concert this summer. Mm-hmm. And you went to a lot of concerts. I go to my fair share of concerts. But one thing about me is I get overstimulated very easily. Mm-hmm. And then I get cranky and antsy and I want to go.
You want to get out of there?
Yes, I need to GTFO. And one problem I have with concerts is there's an opening act. There's a lot going on. So by the time the artist comes on, there's been a lot of noise, a lot going on. And so I'm already like kind of maxed out.
Yeah.
So all of this backstory to say I started wearing earplugs to concerts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the only odd person that does this. This is a common thing that people do. And let me tell you, you can still hear the music. What you don't hear is all the other nonsense.
I like it.
And for me, the reason I referenced Taylor Swift is that was a 3-hour and 40-minute show with 2 opening acts. That's a long show. And I was with my
Too long.
Yeah,
Sorry.
As Wendy and I have said, we need a tight 2 hours and we're out. But I was with my 13-year-old daughter, and there was absolutely no way. I wouldn't have left that concert early. My husband and I are notorious. We leave before the last song to beat the traffic out.
That's usually the best song.
Sometimes you can listen on the way out. I stand by my...
Oh my God.
I stand by my ways. But of course, we were not going to do that. And I really wanted to be able to enjoy it and not be crabby 2 hours in. Mm-hmm. So I used the loop earplugs. And the reason I even own these earplugs is because you bought them for me.
They're the ones I bought you last December.
Wendy and I traveled together, and she was so nervous that her snoring would keep me awake that she bought me earplugs in advance.
You had to shame me on the podcast that I snore.
Would you like me to cut it out?
No,
I'm
it's
not
fine.
shaming
My husband leaves the bed every single night because I'm sawing logs. So
you should get him some loop earplugs.
I should.
So here's what I like about them. They come in a number of varieties based on your needs. So the ones I have are the Loop Quiet, which are technically designed for sleep, study, and focus. But they have some specifically designed for concerts and festivals, for motorcycling. They even have some that have less noise cancellation, and they're designed to be able to carry on a conversation. Mm-hmm. I would say it would be challenging to carry on a conversation with them.
Well, good. I'm glad I bought the big daddies for you.
Yes.
Snoring.
And then the ear plug itself, they come with 4 adjustable sizes. So you can adjust the portion that you shove in your ear holes.
Gotcha.
They're very comfortable to wear. They do the job. I recommend them for concerts if you are finding yourself in your 40s turning to your friend at a concert going, it's so loud in here.
I know. I'm that girl too.
It's so loud.
Yeah.
And sometimes a lot of concerts are played in venues that weren't designed to be music venues.
SoFi Stadium.
And the sound, it wasn't built for sound.
No.
It was built to house 70,000 football fans, but hey-oh, it's a perfect place to have a concert. It kind of sounds terrible.
I did think the sound was not great at SoFi when we went to the Taylor show.
It sounded great with earplugs.
I wish I would have had some.
I will never be without them. It was such a more pleasant experience for me wearing these earplugs. And it was just kind of a mellower experience. And then during some of the bigger moments, I took them out so I could get the crowd vibe.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't necessarily need that for 3 hours and 45 minutes, especially given that this was a largely screaming female crowd. Mm-hmm. No shade. I'm one of them.
Yeah, me too.
But
question, could you hear your daughter, like, if she turned and said something to you and you're wearing...
not with the quiet, but not with the ones I was wearing.
Oh, did you have to like pull it out every single time and go,
Actually,
what?
She and I were like texting to each other.
Get out.
It's just easier that way.
Oh my goodness.
It's hard to hear someone speak at a concert anyway.
I know.
But again, they do make some that are designed for conversation. The Quiet are $24.99. They come in a variety of price points depending on their function. They're available on Amazon. If you work from home, I think they're a good option. My son is a competitive bowler, and the only reason I say competitive bowler is I just mean like he's not going to the bowling alley and bowling with pizza once a month. Mm-hmm. We spend full weekends at bowling tournaments, and a bowling tournament is a minimum of 5 hours.
I bet that's loud.
And it
gets
just,
old, huh?
The repetitive thump, 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 crash, crash, crash. For someone like me,
yeah,
I find it overwhelming, and they make it much more enjoyable. So I am an earplug fan.
Yay. Well, I'm glad I bought them for you.
I'm glad too. We are introducing a new segment called So Influenced, because I would say of the two of us, Wendy's the more likely to act on being influenced. I am easily influenced. I talk about wanting things and then I never follow through. And Wendy's like, click, bye.
It's a bad habit. It's a real bad habit.
Did I accurately represent you?
Yeah, probably.
So tell me what you've been so influenced by.
Well, a TikToker I watch, a lot of people are real into those like stiff looking eyebrows. Like
laminated eyebrows.
Yeah. Well, speaking of e.l.f., e.l.f. has a product. I can't even
brow
remember
lift.
Yeah, it's brow lift. It's clear. I just was like, you know what? I want to play with that. If you recall, wow, all roads lead back to Colorado. When we were in Colorado, we did like a little shopping spree at Sephora, and I bought like a very expensive brow gel.
I remember.
And it was literally like super glue on my eyebrows.
And flaky.
Real flaky. I don't think I've used...
Taa, maybe?
Yes. It was expensive. It was dumb. It was a dumb purchase. I should have returned it. I didn't. So I was like, well, you know, I'm going to try this e.l.f. brow lift and see what's up. So less flaky, but the sticking power, it's like too much. Like that look doesn't look great on me, but it does nicely put your brows in place if you want to just like the tiniest bit to, you know.
Little goes a long way.
A little goes a very long way.
Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to Approved with Megan and Wendy. We've set a goal of 10 new reviews by next week. We are dropping 3 episodes all in one day. That's not usually going to happen, but 10 new reviews by next week. Can we do it? If we can, we'll give you a virtual high five. We'd love for you to help us reach that goal. So open the Apple Podcast app, find the Approved with Megan and Wendy page, tap the 5 stars, and let us know what is your latest approved item in your review. In the meantime, follow us on Instagram. We are at Megan and Wendy, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.